All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since we've done a live together, and I thought, what better time to do this? Quite a lot to talk about, so it's always interesting to do a live situation, get to see and hear and feel what you guys are thinking, and have a really good interaction with you guys. It's been mad. It's been a strange season. Personally, I can't wait till the season finishes. For me, yeah, there's just been too many adversities. And having said that, even through all these adversities, we've somehow managed to stay afloat, I suppose. Carabao Cup final, FA Cup final now, Champions League quarterfinal. I mean, not bad. No one really expected us to win again. And, in the top three, top four, I mean, comfortably in third position. But you can see our team is capable of doing more. We are capable of doing more. Obviously, the ownership situation, as soon as that gets sorted out, ladies and gentlemen, it's only going to be better for us. There's a lot of player movements, player communications, transfers, people talking to agents already, and we're not being able to do that. And this is what we want to focus on today. 2 bits of news, well, really 3 bits of news. First of all, we want to go through some Thomas Tuchel future, Chelsea future related news that's floating around. There's some speculations, perhaps, if this carries on, these adversities, and if this Chelsea ownership saga continues on longer than what it has already been. And then on top of that, if the new owners don't show enough ambition, God knows what's going to happen with Thomas Tuchel. But Thomas Tuchel in recent times has come out and said, I'm committed. I'm very, very committed. So we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about some transfer demands, some of the players that's been sort of touted. We already know Christensen and Rudiger, they're gone. God knows how many other players are going to leave. Azpilicueta, I'm not really sure. Romelu Lukaku probably wants to leave. There's still question marks around Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech. We'll talk about all of that, but obviously defenders being a big focus. And then interestingly enough, ladies and gentlemen, Tammy Abraham comments. I don't know. Look, I appreciate when players are candid and quite open about these sort of things, but I'm just a bit concerned that if you ever think about coming back to Chelsea, and if Thomas Tuchel is still around, I don't know if you've done a great job in impressing him. Maybe sometimes it's better to stay quiet about these sort of situation. I just feel like there was some subliminal, hopefully I got that word right. There's some subliminal messages that's been sort of subtle sort of digs, I feel, towards Thomas Tuchel, in terms of not believing. But before we get into all of that, quite a lot of you guys have tuned in, nearly 30 of you guys. Smash the like button. I want to give you guys a shout out because you guys have been massive supporters of the channel. So I want to shout you guys out and smash the like button. Get those likes up to 30 immediately. As we always try to do on a live stream, we're trying to hit 100 likes, hopefully, by the end of the stream. And hopefully we have a very, very good interactive live session. Digital Film Reviews, g'day Miz, good to see you, my man. Valan, my man, good to see you. Always a huge supporter and someone who regularly provides unbelievable amount of super chat. So thank you so much, Valan, for that. Was watching All You Can Eat Chelsea just before this. Brilliant. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I mean, look, I do apologize if I've come across slightly negative in that particular show. I have to be real. Like, I can't fake my emotions. I saw some of the comments and some people really insulting comments there for me, but it is what it is. You can't please everyone. But hopefully you guys didn't take it the wrong way and you understood where I came from. And that's the community that I want to build. That at the end of the day, these are just footballing opinions. I mean, no need to demean each other, no need to insult each other. Life is a lot bigger than football. So it is what it is. Siddharth, good to see you, my man. Valan is saying 3-0 United. Ronaldo brace Rashford goal. My man, if I thought I was negative. God, Valan. Shubro, my bro, how you doing? Not going to lie. Tammy's comments were interesting, 100% interesting. And we're going to touch up on some of those comments for sure. CFC Fahim, good to see you. Big up Miz. Thomas Tuchel is definitely doing Marina. Man desperately wants her to be kept with whichever owner. Fair enough. Mark Ferreira, hey brother, I feel sorry for my chat on live stream. That's fine. Let's move on, man. I don't hold grudges like that, so let's just move on. Let's not forget Pep contract expires end of next season. Won't surprise me. TT ends up at City. You know, Real Madrid chat is also a very, very big one. Ray Allen, sell them all. Ray, you're a crazy one. Great, Ehian, good to see you, my man. Tammy, explain Tammy's comments, please. We'll definitely go through all of that, don't you worry. The Blues, good to see you. Hope Chelsea not so generous to give Man United some points. I hope not. I truly hope we don't open our legs and just let them have their way with us. Like, seriously, if we have some sort of dignity, we go out there and we smash them, because Man United is getting ripped apart on a regular basis, and I just feel like we are very generous with these sort of teams. In Life No Limits, up Miz just jumped on. Good to see you, my man. Always good to see you. Not negative, Miz, just stating honest facts. I mean, that's how I felt. Honestly, that's how I felt. But some people, I think they don't like honesty. I get the feeling they like a bit of fakeness. Sino, good to see you. Chelsea in the mud. Come on, man. Amin Ali, can we play 4-3-3 from next season? We need to shape up our squad into back four. Look, I would like us to play fluid football, 4-3-3. Do you know what I mean? Back four. But there's a comment from Thomas Tuchel where he says, we perhaps need a cosmetic surgery. So I think in order to play that, we probably need certain types of personnel. No such thing, Miz. We can't pull the wool over our own eyes. Exactly. I've got to be honest. I've always given you guys honest feelings, opinions, and I feel that's probably one of the biggest reasons why you guys keep coming back. Shubro, even Eunice and Matisse understood your points. No need to hate. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. In Life No Limits, haven't seen or read Tammy's comments. Whatever he said, we can't deny TT did him dirty, though. Yeah, and this is what we're going to explore. We're going to explore all that. So let's wait for that. Tammy Abraham pulling a Lukaku. Come on, man. Flyers, where have you been, man? I've always been here. I don't know. What do you mean? I've been grinding for this particular channel, left, right, and center. So, yeah, I've regularly been here. Mark Ferreira, hey brother, who is Matisse? Come on, man. If you don't know who Matisse is, you're living under the rock. Check out his channel, Ma. We do a show called All You Can Eat Chelsea. It's quite a well-known show, so I'm surprised you don't know. CFC Fahim, I will honestly punch a wall if Ronaldo scores a hat-trick and we lose. My days. Can you imagine? Would like to see TT just play a back four until end of season. Expectation being the FA Cup final. Look, we got to win that FA Cup final. We really do. Patrick, good to see you. We need to get rid of Kante and buy better ball-playing midfielders. We're going to talk about the transfer demands 100%. Looks like Rain is announcing a winner latest next Monday. This whole Rain group and their next week, latest Monday, latest Tuesday. I mean, for God's sakes, like, it keeps stretching out all the time. And I need this to be done and dusted very, very soon. I really do. Ali, Pau Torres and Jules Koundé are good enough in back four together. Reece James, Ben Chilwell as fullbacks. I mean, I was quite surprised a little bit to see how some of our Chelsea fans in the fan base reacted to Pau Torres. It was as if all of a sudden Pau Torres is not even a defender. He was so quickly dismissed. It wasn't even funny. I mean, look, I'm not saying he's a complete replacement for Rudiger. No way. And we've always said that to find a replacement for Rudiger is going to be near impossible. But to say Pau Torres is not a good defender, like what I saw post that Liverpool game, that was quite mad. I mean, look, anyone playing against Liverpool will struggle. Like, it's not a surprise that Villarreal conceded goals. And that too, mind you, they were quite resolute up until that deflected goal. After that, it was a very good pass from Salah to put through Mane. It wasn't all that easy for Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool asked a lot of questions, but similarly, I think Villarreal, they did whatever they could. So, look, off the back of that, what I saw was Pau Torres is someone who looked like he was very aware of his surroundings. Positional play is very good. And he looked like he's a very good communicator. I could see a lot of the times he was communicating, making sure the line was right, making sure they were compact. I mean, you don't get to the Champions League semi-finals. You don't win the Europa League if you're not a good enough defender. It's just mad, some of the things that I saw. Rain keeps on extending the announcement date, 100%. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss, Liverpool are coming down to Singapore for pre-season. Can you imagine if they win this quadruple and come over to my country and flaunt it? Look, man, I hope they don't do the quadruple. I hope we get the FA Cup from them. Arsenal fan, he started watching you from Matisse channel. Have to support my Aussie brothers, my man. Appreciate. Arsenal are going to be interesting next season. They really will. I'm keen to see what they do up front with their striker situation. Would you accept Emerson? Would you accept Emerson back? I don't think that. I don't even think Emerson wants to come back. Is Matisse channel Ma? Yep, that's correct. Mark Ferrer, it is. We might have to. Yes. Once again, Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Kimpembe Kunde back for what you're saying. I mean, look, I don't mind Kimpembe. A lot of people don't like Kimpembe, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get on with it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on with this news first up. Okay, let's blitz through some of this news, and we want to interact with the live chat, see what you guys have to say. We want to talk about Thomas Tuchel and his Chelsea future, what he has been saying in recent times, and let's try and make out what he sort of means about all of these things. Thomas Tuchel on his Chelsea future. It is very important for me to give a message. I'm committed. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm passionate about it. And as soon as we can act, we will try to turn things around and make it from a disadvantage, maybe an advantage. I mean, look, he's saying the right things, ladies and gentlemen, and there was some comments yesterday or day before sort of suggesting that if Thomas Tuchel feels that he's not going to get backed by the new owners, there could be a chance that he walks, because at the end of the day, who wants to come a distant third from Liverpool and City? He wants to obviously be able to challenge them. Not saying go out there and win the Premier League, but be able to challenge. So look, these are good quotes from Thomas Tuchel stating that he's committed and he's passionate about it. So I deep inside, I really feel he wants to stay at Chelsea. Deep inside, I think Thomas Tuchel wants to stay at Chelsea. There's not too many other clubs that he could possibly think of. Maybe Real Madrid if Ancelotti moves on. Someone mentioned over here, I think it was Valen that mentioned if Pep Guardiola moves on, maybe in a couple of years' time, maybe Thomas Tuchel could go there. But right now, I think Chelsea Football Club is the club for him. You know, it's the best club for him. The foundation in terms of the infrastructure, the academy, the training grounds, it's all world-class facilities. We just lack the owner. We don't have owners, and hopefully we get the owners very, very soon. And then hopefully the owners are just as ambitious in order to make sure they can back Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel on Chelsea transfer window will need cosmetic surgery, laughs. It can be complex enough if you lose players like Rudiger and Christensen. It's demanding nowadays in football to lose this kind of quality. It can be very, very demanding summer. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that we are going to have a very, very good window. If we want to be able to compete against Liverpool and City in the Premier League, and by compete, I don't necessarily mean win the league, I mean compete, be in a 3-horse race, try and stay as close as possible to them in terms of points, not letting it go past 5 or 6 points. We would have to have awesome summer, awesome January window, and then another awesome summer. Like, we need to have some solid windows in the next 3 to 4 windows minimum. Heaps of players are going to go, lots of players to get. So, and already when you have quality players like Rudiger and Christensen leaving, quite possibly Jorginho as well in the upcoming summer, along with Lukaku, who knows what's going to happen with Kante. We are going to there is no room for errors, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot be having Lukaku, Saul type of errors for another, I'd say, 4 to 5 windows. We simply cannot do that. So very, very important that we get our scouting. I mean, God knows what we're going to do with our scouts when the new owners come in. Are they going to bring in new scouts? Director of football, very important as well. Paul Mitchell is one who's up in the air at the moment. Man United's going after him with Ten Hag, and the connection that Paul Mitchell has with Man United. Apparently, he grew up there. But we should try our level best. The new owners do our level best to see if we can get Paul Mitchell. Director of football, very, very important. And then scouting network, and then doing the damage in the transfer window. I was so happy with the structure that the club provides. That was always the foundation to strongly believe and genuinely believe, okay, we will push and keep on pushing. With this now being questioned, it is getting more demanding. See, now things like this starts worrying me, ladies and gentlemen. Things like this, when Thomas Tuchel starts saying, and then look, these are facts. These aren't things that Thomas Tuchel's making up. These are proper facts. He's saying that, now that the situation is getting more serious, it is demanding. It's getting more demanding. The structure is being questioned, and things are getting more demanding. I hope we get this sorted with this ownership situation, because the longer this prolongs, if the ownership situation doesn't get rectified by the end of May, I need this being rectified within the next couple of weeks. But if it takes all the way till the end of the season, I am worried. I am literally worried, because whether that leaves us enough time to make new purchases, call up different agents, because all the player agents, they're already having a conversation, because the season's coming to an end. They're already having a conversation. We are not even in a position to have a conversation. So it's not looking good. And the worst part is, as soon as the ownership situation is all set and done and dusted, the players in our club that are looking to get out, they're probably going to leave anyway. So we're not going to be holding them back. If they find an opportunity, they're going to leave, and we're probably going to say yes to it. And that will be leaving us very short with players. And then you get into a situation where you're panic buying, and that's the last thing that I want to do. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Knife CFC thinks Chile will be back pre-injury. No way Chile's coming back this season. There's talks that he's going to be playing for under 23s, and he should be there for the preseason. And that's the other thing, God knows how Chilwell is going to come back, at what level. It can be very demanding summer. I think it's not possible that new owners come in and hands over and says, here, go wild. Here is 250 million. Go and spend it. There is still faith in people who take care of it from our side. And this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people lately have been talking about, let's get Declan Rice. Let's get him, West Ham are slapping a 150 million price tag. I know it's never going to be 150 million. I get that. But even if it's 80 million, let's just say, and even if the new owners slap on 250 million budget, let's say they give us 250 million, which I doubt the new owners are going to come in and say, hey, Thomas, Here's 250 million for you to spend. I doubt that, because already buying Chelsea Football Club is quite costly. On top of that, 250 million, I very much doubt that. So whatever the budget is, if you're spending 80 of that on Declan Rice, I think that's misuse of funds. I really do. I honestly think that's misuse of funds. There's other players that can do probably a better job in terms of build up, in terms of finding passes in between the lines from deep, over the top, long range passes, crossfield passes, verticality, being press resistant. These are all very important for that deepest midfielder. People have this belief that Declan Rice is going to be sitting deep and he's just going to defend everything. He's the one who's going to defend the whole lot. It's impossible. It's impossible. We need to have a proper defensive structure. Not to say that Declan Rice is not a good player. He is, but we would probably need to change our structure, because the way we play right now, that probably wouldn't suit Declan Rice. He would need to either adapt, or we need to change our style to better suit him. I'm going to do a separate video on this whole Declan Rice situation, because if you check some of the heat maps, he doesn't even play as a deepest midfielder. He plays more as a number 8 these days. So it'll be an interesting topic. But as I said, 250 million, and if we have to be very wise. Like, that's if we get 250 million, which I highly doubt. Highly doubt. My guess is that Chelsea and all of the top Premier League clubs will probably be worth in excess of 10 billion in 5 years. So I think whoever buys Chelsea today at the prices we're talking about is getting it for a steal. Joe Ravitz from Rain. I mean, look, thank you so much for those kind words, Joe Ravitz. At the end of the day, we just need this Chelsea sale to be done and dusted. I mean, I get it. Yes, in 10 years' time or so, Chelsea's probably going to be worth a lot of money. And so will a lot of other clubs. So, yeah, perhaps it is a steal. They're saying 10 billion in 5 years' time. Look, maybe, I'm not sure about 10 billion in 5 years' time, but maybe 5-6 billion, maybe double the money in 5 years' time. But yeah, that goes with everything. Yeah, most of the other clubs will probably be quite valuable as well. Man United is going to be quite valuable. City, God knows how valuable they are. Liverpool. So yeah, look, of course they're probably getting a bargain, but at the same time, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. 3 billion is no joke to invest. When you look at, I know. Let's say, for example, Todd Bowley, he's got Clear Lake Capital. They've got a lot of funds. They've got about 60 billion in managed assets. But someone like Todd Bowley, whose net worth is about 5 to 6 billion, I think, something like that. For him, I know he's not going to be the majority shareholder. I get that. But for him, 3 billion is a lot of money to invest. That's more than half of his wealth. So it's not small talk. The mood at Chelsea hasn't quite plummeted as low as Manchester United, whom Chelsea play on Thursday evening. However, the ongoing search for a new owner is clearly taking its toll. Look, ladies and gentlemen, as much as it's hurting us as fans, how long these ownership situations, and more than that, it's the sanctions. It's the sanctions that are hurting us, ladies and gentlemen. The sanctions, if the sanctions weren't there and we were able to operate the way every other club is, being able to sell tickets, fans coming into home ground, being able to sell merchandise, being able to do transfer negotiations, contract extensions, and all of that, the sanctions are what hurting us a lot at the moment, where we're just frozen. The sale of the football club I can live with. The sanction, wow, they're killing us. So, it's killing the fans. You can only imagine what it feels for the players. I'm pretty sure the players, they've endured for a long time now. These are human beings at the end of the day. And perhaps, and this is a message for me as well, and a message for you guys, maybe we just need to see this season through and not really worry about what's going on in the field, because at times we feel that, okay, we're not playing attacking football. Our football is not glamorous enough. And maybe it's because God knows where the mindset is for some of these players. Are they actually completely there? Mental side of the game is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. And all of this stuff, we feel that, the players at the end of the day, they get paid, go out there, do your job, but it's not that simple. I mean, is it that simple for us? It's not. Us being fans, look how difficult it is. I can only imagine, playing for the club, how difficult it might be as well. Chelsea will focus on signing a centre-back with Seville's Jules Koundé, Paris Saint-Germain's Personnel Kimpembe, and Atletico Madrid's Jose Gimenez among their targets. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Jules Koundé, Personnel Kimpembe, and Jimenez. I want to pull out some comments. I want to see what you guys feel about this. Talk to me about these three targets and how you feel about that. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, 115, nearly 120 of you guys are live. Smash the like button. The target is 100 likes, as I always say. Let me just have a quick look. Let me see how many likes we've got. Guys, we've only got 26 likes. We've got over 115. Let's get those likes up to immediately 100. To all the mods out there, the moderators, please push for the likes ASAP. We need to get these likes up to 100 immediately. Let's do that. Okay, so let's talk about Jules Koundé, Personnel Kimpembe, and Jose Gimenez. Let's see what you guys have to say. Okay, here we go. Werner Kimpembe. Well, okay, there we go. There's someone who likes Kimpembe. Miz, how many players do you think Chelsea need to compete with City and Liverpool next season? Do you know what? Look, we have distinct issues in fullbacks. We lack pace. When we don't have Chilwell, when we don't have Reece James, our backups are not good enough. So we need quality backups. I think we even need to stop saying them as backups. I hate the word backups because as soon as people start talking about backups, they think that you don't need quality. We do need quality. And I got to say, maybe we need to stop calling them backups. We need to just call them competitors, equally as good starters, rotational players, squad players. Do you know what I mean? Like, they need to be just as good. They have to be. So for me, fullbacks, whether it's wingbacks, whether it's fullbacks, we definitely need pace there. We definitely need something in the middle. I feel like in midfield, we lack that creativity. We probably need a winger that is capable of a creative winger, a 1v1 winger like Ousmane Dembele. We lack quality up front. And CBs, look, we're probably about 4 to 5 players away, my man, if we want to compete against these guys. But having said that, even with the players that we have, we shouldn't be so far behind. We really shouldn't. We should be able to beat the rest of the crew. That's how I feel. We will get Kimpembe. Let's see, man. I mean, Thomas Tuchel's worked with him, so I don't mind Kimpembe. Thiago Silva had a very good connection with Kimpembe, and Kimpembe, strong, French international as well, robust, generally has good awareness. Yes, every now and then everyone has errors. It is what it is. We can find flaws on every single one of these players that we're linked with, but it's a decent defender. Shubro, 2021 champions. That's why we need smart business, 100%. Kimpembe is too rash. He hasn't matured, in my opinion. Look, there are so many defenders that we're linked with that could probably fall into that category. We got to look into where their future potential could lead to. Can they become the kind of defender that we hope they're going to, that we want them to be? Vardiol and Bastoni are the two must come into our defense. Look, a lot of talks have been happening in regards to Vardiol. Apparently, he's a 20-year-old. I mean, he plays for Leipzig. Yes, supremely talented. But is he just going to walk into the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen? Is it? I mean, I have not watched enough of Vardiol. Like, I need to watch. But I'm just saying to you guys, to the people that have, that rate him, and Thomas Tuchel rates him, seems like, Is he someone who's just going to walk into the Premier League and just fill in like Rudiger's position or whatever, like just fit in like a glove in the back four or back three? For a youngster, I'm always a bit skeptic. I'd rather go with youngsters in Premier League who's actually played in the Premier League. You can at least have some sort of knowledge about them. But outside of that, look, I won't be upset if Vardiol comes in. As I said, I need to watch him. But a lot of people seems to rate him. So look, I've got no issues. For me, Wesley Fofana is one that I'm so keen on. We've all seen Wesley Fofana for Leicester. I know he's copped that big injury, but for me, he's going to be a superstar of a defender. CFC for him, we need more than CBs and CMs. We need wingbacks, fullbacks, because we see the drop in quality when Alonso and Aspie plays. 100% correct. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Kimpembe and Kunde are ideal. Gives Colwell time. Yeah, Levi Colwell is another one that needs to be in the squad, but I don't think he should be a starter. Should be a squad player. But yeah, Kimpembe and Kunde, definitely a good shout. What do you guys think about Jose Gimenez? Do you fancy him from Atletico Madrid? Atletico Madrid quite resolute in defense. Like the damn thing, guys. Come on, like the damn thing. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Mad how Chelsea think Sterling and Martin back up. Yeah, look, especially the Sterling. Martin, I've seen. Martin's a good player. I would actually consider him as a backup option for Chilwell. I really would. Martin's actually done really well for Coventry. I've watched a lot of his matches as well. He's someone I wouldn't mind having as a deputy behind Chilwell, and I think he would do a really good job. Sterling, however, I don't know, man. I don't know. After Blackpool. I've not watched how Sterling has been doing. Last season in the preseason, Sterling did fairly okay, but yeah, is Sterling a out and out sort of second choice right wing back? I don't think he should be. I really don't think. There's Vardiol and Bastoni are ideal for us. What do you think? Look, I don't mind. I've seen Bastoni against Liverpool when Inter Milan played them. Very, very good defender. I don't mind him one bit. And Vardiol, look, I have not watched him, but a lot of people have some high praise about him. A couple of more comments and we'll get back into the news again, ladies and gentlemen. Miz, as City fan, we need to change scout hire at director of football. Your club is run by business mind people. At club, you need more football people. At club, good luck to Chelsea. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. I always like enjoying seeing rival fans coming up and talking about our club and saying some good stuff. You're right. We do need director of football and we need the right structure. Okay, Thomas Tuchel says it could be very, very demanding. Someone with talks being held inside the club about players. Tuchel admits Chelsea are behind, but as soon as they can act, they will try and turn the situation into a positive. Tuchel is committed and passionate. I like this. I really do. I honestly like how he does plan to stay. I think this is the thing with Thomas Tuchel. He plans to stay with Chelsea Football Club. He plans to be a success at Chelsea Football Club. And he plans to compete. And I hope the new owners, whoever it is, and I hope it's Todd Bowley, that they're looking at this situation and they don't let this man down. They really don't let this man down. Jules Calder and Pau Torres mentioned in tonight's article. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Pau Torres, because there was a lot of funny stuff about Pau Torres yesterday in social media. Let's have a quick look. Because a lot of the people were talking about him like he's not even a defender anymore. Yeah, check this out. From PYS, we all respect and appreciate what PYS generally provides in terms of news. But this is what he had to say as well. Pau Torres is talented, very good on the ball, smart. I just think he's a bit similar to Christensen in terms of, I don't know if he has that dog in him. I mean, do you guys believe he has that dog in him? Does he have that eshousery about him. This is what CFC Central had to say. Seen a lot of Pau Torres in the past, and this is basically what he does. Comfortable on the ball, little to no aggression. Tries to ensure his positioning keeps him from engaging in duels, which works if you're a Maldini, not a CB to replace Rudiger. Blood and thunder approach. I mean, yeah. Guys, let me know how you feel about Pau Torres. I want to see what you guys have to say. Pau Torres under TT would be mad. Do you just love the way Tuchel never dwells on negative issues? He always seems to say the right. The board have to do well by him. They owe him that. 100% they owe him that. Pau Torres wasn't expressive. Yeah. Sure, thank you so much for the comment. Torres is good CB. I wouldn't mind him, but my first choice is Bremer from Torino. Okay, who's this guy? I've never heard of Bremer. Can someone tell me about Bremer? All of these rumors, every CB out there, we are now linked with them. Villarreal is bad, not him. This is how I look. I don't even think Villarreal is bad. I honestly don't think Villarreal is bad. Like, we need to respect Liverpool. Like, seriously, they're a damn good team. Pau Torres is so good, man. Like, I personally thought he wasn't bad against Liverpool. He's definitely not a Rudiger, but he's probably more of a Christensen mold of a player, but less the injuries, hopefully, and the stomach aches, I suppose. I think I noticed him communicate a lot as well in defense. I was actually focusing on him and not on the ball. And I saw him communicate with his defenders a lot more, which I don't necessarily see Christensen do. Aloisi, good to see you, my man. Pau Torres doesn't work in the Premier League, I guess, a la Lindelof. Maybe, perhaps, yeah. Kunde and Bastoni Gaviol are the better fit for us. I mean, look, Kunde is set in stone, isn't he? I mean, he's literally begging to be a Chelsea player. We should make sure that we get that done and dusted. Adam J, aggressive CBs like Gabriel, Kimpembe, Romero make dumb mistakes at times. Exactly. Aggression is not for everyone. And you shouldn't pile on a team with a lot of aggressive defenders. You need to have an aggressive defender along with a smart defender. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a good combination. So that's how I think. Like, for example, Thiago Silva. Yes, he's aggressive, but his aggression is controlled and he's a very smart defender. Rudiger is just a robust defender. Do you know what I mean? Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. Miz, you need to follow ES Grimes. She's legit. Has better transfer info than Romano Law. She has brokered many transfers before released. Ask Eunice. Look, yeah, she is good, but there's a lot of stuff, Alan, that she said last season as well. Few things about Haaland, few things about many other people, and it never came through. And I'm not saying these people will get everything right, but she does have good info, no doubt. She does. But for me, she's just like any other ones, to be honest. She's just like any other ones. Okay, let's look at the next stuff. Tuchel stands by his latest statements. He loves Chelsea. He wants to continue. He's already thinking about players for next season like Josko Vardiol, which is great to see. Jules Koundé, Presnel, Kimpembe, Jose Jimenez, and Josko Vardiol are on Chelsea's watch list. Declan Rice and Tchouaméni are under consideration in midfield, while signing a forward is not ruled out. This is from Nizak Insela. Further on goes to say, De Ligt has been offered to Chelsea, but the club are unlikely to want to deal with Mino Raiola. Yeah, Mino Raiola is an issue. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've talked a lot about Thomas Tuchel. We've talked a lot about transfers. We've talked a lot about many things. We want to spend the next few minutes talking about Tammy Abraham, the comments he made. I find it very, very interesting. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, just like always, I'm going to check the likes. Guys, well over 130 in the building at the moment. Love you guys a lot. Thank you so much for the support. Please, let's get those likes up. I always try my best to get 100 likes for the stream. We're about 44 likes away from 100 stream. Hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. Hope you guys are enjoying this interaction. Let's get those likes up to 100 immediately. And we're going to talk about Tammy Abraham. I think this is going to be a very, very interesting conversation. about Tammy Abraham. But before we do that, let me just check out some of your comments. Adam Lucas, Vardiol is unreal, Miz. Look, a lot of people are saying this, so I'm happy that we're linked with a player that a lot of people rate. With AC going, who replaces Silva long term? And that's the other thing. It's not just Rudiger and AC. Silva is not going to be sticking around. I don't think so after next season. So we do need to think that way. Azpilicueta is another one. He's probably got one more season with us. I mean, we've triggered that. So after that, we potentially need 4 CBs very, very soon. Most of these centre backs won't be as good in the Prem. We need to be very careful. This is why I like Wesley Fofana. I really do. I want a defender who is aggressive. I think we lack now. Without Rudiger, we do lack that. So we do need that. I would like Skriniar. Remember Haaland. I love that defender, Vardiol. He seems to be a beast in making. I follow her. Ains, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Miz. Yes, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope each and every one of you guys are doing well. Sad part is no player like Rudiger out there. Yes. I mean, I've seen Jules Koundé show some S-housery at times. So perhaps that could be something. Haaland is injury prone now. Yeah, he's picked up a few injuries. I don't know whether I'll be inclined to say he's injury prone straight away. This is a good one. Theophilus, good to see you. Miz, what's your thoughts on Salisu? Excellent, man. See, these are the gems, ladies and gentlemen. These are the gems that no one talks about. And you know what the funny thing is? It's teams like Liverpool who will pick up a Salisu. Liverpool's already got that connection with Southampton. Liverpool's feeder club is Southampton. Salisu is a very, very good defender. But you know what? No one talks about him because he plays for Southampton. But wait till someone like Liverpool comes sweeping in and gets someone like Salisu. These are the kind of players that I want to be linked with. Salisu is a top defender in my opinion, honestly. I know a lot of people will say, well, you know, they leak a lot of goals, this, that, and the other. But that's because the way they play, man. Salisu himself is not a bad player. For me, yeah, that kind of signing is a smart signing. A player like Carvalho would be good. He was aggressive but not rash either. Okay, everyone wants to talk about Tammy. How about Maximilian Kilman, Miz? Yeah, I like him as well, man. I've always liked him at Wolves. Wolves do a madness in terms of defending. What's his name? Kilwell. I'm thinking about Leroy Colwell, and I've jointed with Kilwell. Maximilian Maximilian Kilman is, I think he's left-footed as well, so he'll be good in terms of that left-sided defense. And English defender, tall, brute, physical. Yeah, I like him. I absolutely like him as well. Okay, let's talk about Tammy Abraham, ladies and gentlemen. Tammy Abraham, they have a match. Roma has a Conference League semi-final match against Leicester, I believe, tonight. And there was a press conference with Tammy Abraham, and they asked him about Chelsea, obviously leaving Chelsea. And these are some of the things that Tammy Abraham had to say. And I want to see how you feel about this, because I feel like he's taken a bit of a dig at Thomas Tuchel. And I'm not really sure if it's absolutely wise if you're thinking about coming back to Chelsea and if Thomas Tuchel's still around, hoping that Thomas Tuchel stays with Chelsea for a very, very long time. This is what he had to say. Coming off the back of a difficult season at Chelsea where I wasn't really playing, it was all about someone believing in me. Frank Lampard gave me that chance. He showed faith in me, and that's when I was producing. It's the same now. This is Tammy Abraham. I mean, look, when a new manager comes in, ladies and gentlemen, it's not unusual that they make a change or they stamp their authority. When a new manager comes in, you see this happen. Now, my thing is with Tammy Abraham, Why have you reached out to Thomas Tuchel during your time when you weren't getting those minutes? Have you actually sat down and said, "Hey, Gaffer, what can I do? You know, how can I improve? What can I do to impress you? How can I get you to believe in me?" I mean, were these conversations held? When you see a particular manager that doesn't really have that feeling towards you, I mean, look, Frank did, because Frank felt that, you know, it's a transfer ban scenario. You were the main guy, and he wanted to, you know, make sure he made you feel like a superstar. Um, Jose Mourinho wanted you, so that's why he's treating you like a superstar. He's treating you like someone he completely trusts. Thomas Tuchel came in and he had Timo Werner, he had Kai Havertz, he had Olivier Giroud, and he had Tammy Abraham as well, obviously yourself. So he had a lot of options, and he was looking for a fluid front three. And the best he got out was, at the end, it ended up being, you know, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, and Mason Mount, and Ziyech as well every now and then. I just want to know if Tammy actually took the time and sat down with Thomas Tuchel. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if he had that conversation, maybe he would have got a much more clearer, you know, information as to why he wasn't picked. I mean, yeah, he's doing good. And this is what I want to know, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Tammy Abraham, if he returns back to the Premier League, whether it's Chelsea, let's say Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, do you think Tammy Abraham is a caliber of a striker that wins that can drive you to win the Premier League? I want to know this from you guys. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Do you believe Tammy Abraham is a sort of a player, a striker that can win you the Premier League title? Does he have that in him? If not, tell me why. What are his deficiencies? And if yes, I want to hear from you why as well. Why you think he's got the bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Let's continue on and see what else Tammy Abraham had to say. I was a joint highest scorer in the FA Cup, and to be told I wasn't in the squad for the final, you can only imagine how I felt. It wasn't a nice feeling, but I was there to support the boys. Look, yeah, he was the joint highest scorer in the FA Cup. We played against Leicester. At that time, it was right at the end of the season. I mean, by then, Tammy Abraham was already not in favour. So I don't blame Thomas Tuchel not playing him. You were already, by that time, literally, it was only a few more games before the season ended, and then we've got the Champions League. At that time, Thomas Tuchel's not going to, dilly-dally around with the personnel. He was very keen with Timo Werner, he was keen with Mason, he was keen with Ziyech, he was keen with Havertz. Very difficult for him to change things around and just put you in. That conversation should have been a lot earlier as to why you stopped. I know you got injured and then you never got selected, but after the injury, did you have the conversation? That's all I'm going to say. A lot of people are saying nope. They don't believe Tammy Abraham is a particular striker that wins the Premier League. Tammy never finished a half under Tuchel in the league. TT needed results fast. Tammy isn't a workhorse type of striker for me. That's how I believe as well, man. I could see Tammy in an Arsenal shirt. I mean, look, Arsenal's looking for a striker. I don't know if he's going to leave Roma though. But a lot of you guys are saying that he wouldn't be a player that can win the Premier League. He can contribute to one, but can't be the main man. There you go. Abraham isn't a striker to win the Premier League. Look at Lukaku, MVP in Serie A, absolutely dog in the Premier League. I mean, look, with Lukaku, I seriously think there's a good player in him. It's just his attitude and his effort is letting him down. Let's see what he does. Against West Ham off the bench, there was better effort. So I'm hoping that he continues that against Man United. Tammy's a good backup. Yeah, Tammy's definitely a good backup. He would be a good number two. He really would be a good number two. You still need someone as a number one for sure. No, because he misses chances like Werner. Tammy can enjoy pasta in Italy. Tammy's goal scorer is not the finished article, but in the next few years he will bang and we will want him for 100 million. I mean, look, we've got a buyback clause. So if he keeps banging, I think that buyback clause comes into effect next season. So if what you're saying in life no limits, and I'm happy to be proven wrong, man. I've got my doubts in regards to Tammy Abraham. I think Tammy Abraham he's got good attitude. He puts in the effort, but he lacks in like aerial heading for someone who is as tall as Tammy Abraham and he's not a good header of the ball. It's mad. It's mad. And sometimes its ball control could be a bit suspect. Look, I'm happy to be proven wrong. I really am. And we've got the buyback clause if he absolutely starts killing it. Miz, I have to ask why didn't Tuchel rate Tammy but rated Werner? Look, I think let's get on. There's a particular comment here from Tammy Abraham, which may answer this situation. I would always do that, support the boys, good times and bad times, and the same with UCL. I just wanted my team to do well and win. Tammy Abraham, I felt like I had the point to prove again. I wanted to do well, to go away in England and prove Chelsea wrong about not playing me. Prove Chelsea wrong. Prove Chelsea wrong or prove Thomas Tuchel wrong? Do you know what I mean? When you say Chelsea, I think you mean Thomas Tuchel. Because that's who you want to prove wrong. He's the one who didn't let you get those game times. I would always do that, support the boys, good times, bad times. We've seen that. No, Thomas Tuchel never explained his decision to me. When I was there, I played in his first couple of the games. I got an injury, and after that, the team started winning. I got an injury, and after that, the team started winning. They were getting points and doing well. I think this is your answer, Oloisi. Because he got the injury, team started playing better. Yes, Timo Werner missed some gilt-edged chances, but you know what the crazy part is? Timo Werner at least was producing assists. And his pace, his work rate was doing the job for Thomas Tuchel. Timo Werner in the Champions League, do you remember against Real Madrid? Him along with Kai Havertz and Mason Mount last season, even this season. But last season, those three were doing a madness in the Champions League. Timo Werner, I remember against Atletico Madrid as well, provided the assist for Ziyech. Timo Werner was doing well without scoring. Do you know what I mean? So I think this is why Tuchel kept on playing Werner ahead of Tammy Abraham. But I think at the end of the season, he realized he needed someone who can finish. Timo Werner wasn't doing that. If Timo Werner was finishing his opportunities last season, we don't even get someone like Lukaku. I'll tell you right now. If Timo ended up scoring 20 plus goals, we don't get a Lukaku. Simple as that. Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel about Tammy Abraham being so candid, being so open? And I feel like he's having a bit of a dig at Thomas Tuchel. Do you think it's wise? Or do you think he should have just kept quiet? I mean, if he ever thinks about coming back to Chelsea, and if Thomas Tuchel's still the manager, it's going to make the situation very, very tough for him. I mean, look at what he's saying. No, Thomas Tuchel never explained his decision to me. When I was there, I played in his first couple of games. I got an injury, and after that, the team started winning. They were getting points and doing well. I remember Thomas Tuchel in the press conference many times saying he's got nothing against Tammy Abraham. He really doesn't. And I just wonder whether Tammy actually has taken the time to go to Thomas Tuchel and actually have a conversation. I feel like it's up to the players' duty as well to go up to the managers and ask them, hey, Gaffer, why am I not starting? How can I start? What can I do to impress you? Has he done that? Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be a one-way train. Narayanan, thank you so much for joining, my man. Miz, do you think we have a system that gets the best out of the strikers or any attacking players? Look, I've said this many times. I personally don't think we do. Yeah, the caliber of attackers that we have, We should be asking a lot more different questions. Have a look at the way Liverpool and City, they've got questions coming from, they attack the opposition with so many different ideas. We don't do that. Liverpool, there was a shot yesterday, I think, from Virgil van Dijk from literally 40 yards out. Then there was a shot from Thiago Alcantara as well from midfield that hit the post. They're producing early midfield crosses from midfield from Trent Alexander-Arnold. They're producing deep crosses from other players like Jordan Henderson and finding Robertson into the box. Like, they're asking many different questions. Look at the ball that Salah put through for Sadio Mane. We don't ask different type of questions. That's our issue. We only ask one or two questions. We don't ask multiple different types of questions. That's what seems to bother me a lot. In Life No Limits, he was asked a question, Miz. In my opinion, he could have said worse. He was only being honest. Look, I know he's being honest, but is honesty the best policy all the time? How do you think Thomas Tuchel feels about his honesty, knowing that Frank Lampard trusted me and Jose Mourinho trusts me? I need a manager that believes in me. I mean, how's Thomas Tuchel meant to feel? Is Tammy Abraham realizing that we did have a lot of options last season? We had Giroud, Werner, Havertz, Jermaine, and then obviously Tammy. So is Tammy understanding from that perspective as well? And this is what I keep saying. Did Tammy have that conversation? Miss, there were contract issues with Tammy as well. And that's the other thing as well. People tend to forget there were contract issues as well. There was actually contract issues. Okay, Tammy Abraham on Romelu Lukaku. Chelsea speculation being written on the wall. Yeah, being involved with Chelsea. You hear rumors about this or that player coming in. But for me, it was a kind of a signal, a sign to say, go out and explore the world. Look, I mean, no one would have forced him to leave. He could have just turned around and said to Thomas Tuchel, I'm sticking around. I'm fighting for my position. I don't care. You bring in a Lukaku. You bring in your Werner. I want to fight for my position. Tell me how I can fight. I guess it's easier said than done. Maybe that's not ideal. Maybe he did the right thing. And of course, now looking back, he's gone to Roma. He probably did the right thing, to be honest. So, it's worked out for him. But, yeah, I mean, what do? You see someone like Mason Mount. He would have seen Kai Havertz, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic. He didn't just think about, okay, let me find a new club to go to. He thought, you know what? I'm going to be the star man. I'm going to be the star man. And then when you look at it, he's probably done better than all of those players that we got in. So, not probably, he definitely has. He definitely has done better than all of those players that we brought in. So, could Tammy have stuck around? I don't know. Let's take some of your comments now. Well, and good to see you, Ms. Next season, we need to revert back to a conventional back four, take more risk and play openly. It suits our players too. We just need to get good CBs, i.e. Kunde and Kimpembe. Look, I would love to play back four. I want us to play with a lot more attacking personnel. So I'm all up for that, man. I'm all up for that. And we should have a structure that is conducive for playing back four, to be honest. In Life No Limits, it's no surprise our attackers struggle to create mirrors. We have structural issues, hence our attackers struggle. Yep. This is something I need to see from Thomas Tuchel next season as a development. I want him to play a lot more fluid football. I want us to create a lot more chances. That's penetrate low blocks, mid blocks. I don't really care. Teams that want to come at us, I want us to see how we beat them. Tammy didn't want to sign a new contract. I think this definitely had some issues with it. There is no comparison between our attackers and those teams' attackers. I mean, yeah, there isn't any comparison, but it's something that we should strive to become. Because I do believe alongside Emil Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, with the chances they create, Tammy would bang in goals. He probably might. And you know what? Arsenal, they've got some good players up front, as like Emil Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, Gabriel Martinelli. If they get themselves a decent striker, like even Gabriel Jesus, whose movement is elite, they could do the damage next season. I really think so. And these youngsters will only get better. Odegaard is a very good player, man. We don't have that Odegaard kind of midfielder, which is a shame. Ms. Tammy should move to Arsenal. It would be seamless fit. Yes, probably might be. Obi, good to see you. Ms. The fact that TT preferred Giroud over Tammy just shows how bad Tammy was. Ball control was a mess. And this is the thing. This is the thing. I mean, for me, Tammy still has a lot of deficiencies, not just the ball control. Aerially has a massive deficiency. Ball control, obviously. Link up is not always the greatest. Giroud was the best at ball control and link up. Maybe Giroud didn't have the pace. He had the aerial ability as well. So there was a reason why Giroud was starting, no doubt. Ben, good to see you. Hey, Miz, what Tammy did is therapeutic. Yeah, of course. Of course. Shubra, Tammy was honest like Lukaku. Yeah, 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, let's wrap things up. We've come to the end of this show. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. We've talked about Thomas Tuchel and his future. We've talked about the transfer demands. We've talked about the sale of Chelsea Football Club and whatnot. We've talked about Tammy Abraham's comments. Hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I've really, really enjoyed the communication with you guys. Really enjoyed the comments. Really enjoyed the interaction. Next up, we shall see you for the watch along. Make sure you're there for the watch along. Man United versus Chelsea. We're going to start 30 minutes before kickoff. So make sure you're there for that. Hopefully we get a victory, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone is smashing up Man United. Hopefully we get the victory. And yeah, I shall see you guys all then. Until next time, guys, make sure you smash the like button. As Shubra is saying here, please smash the like button. I want to check out the likes. See, 17 more likes for 100 likes, please. It would be my absolute pleasure if we can get to 100 likes for the stream. Always a good milestone to have 100 likes for the stream. So smash the like button, get those likes up to 100 immediately if you've enjoyed this. And we shall see each and every one of you guys for the watch along. That will be coming up very, very soon. Manchester United versus Chelsea. Until next time, everyone, stay safe, stay good. See you guys very soon.